Zach Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck. I really love video games.
My name is Raph, and I also love video games.
And welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where we discuss treasured video games of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Warning: the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain, for that matter. Why was I doing
your voice?
Well, yes, it was. That's hard to do. Why was I doing that Snake Plissken impersonation? Because got him. Because today we get to talk about Metal Gear Solid Delta, the recreation of Metal Gear 3. Dare I say the cloning, the 21st century clone. Perfect. We'll get into it. This game is very, very good. Yeah. But yes, more on that later. But first, let's start our show off correctly, as we always should, by having the Megabuck and RetroGameTreasure.com take us back in time with this week's Retro Zone video game. Buck.
Let's go back in time.
What was that one?
I don't know what that was, but you did remind me that last week's episode, Raph goes, Dracula. right when he comes back from the break, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. Sorry.
I'm glad someone noticed it.
I don't know what that was. That was maybe a guy shooting a gun.
Oh.
Perhaps like, he was shooting. No, am I
Throwing a
off?
football?
What are we?
I think once I get your brain in the right modus operandi, you'll understand.
Okay.
So I'm told you're allowed passing interference, late hits, and showboating. These are football terms. I don't know football. In 1998's amazing arcade-to-home port of NFL Blitz.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hut.
I don't even like football. And I play this game.
Okay. I see now. This is a fantastic game. A fantastic arcade game for sure.
Yes.
And a pretty good port of said game.
Oh gosh, see, by this time, home hardware had caught up to the pseudo-dying arcade industry, and they weren't really trying to make leaps and bounds. You know, at least in this would have been 97 is when this came out in the arcades, and 98 I'm holding the Nintendo 64 version right here too, which is amazing because the Nintendo 64 had 4 controller ports.
Oh, that's right. You said in 98 this one was?
This first one was in 1998.
98.
Let us not forget that you could take your N64 memory card to the arcade, and just like the old SNK Neo Geo, there was a memory card slot in the arcade game.
I didn't know that. What?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah?
That is insane.
They're not as common now if you find one, but because it was a little add-on, they got broken, they got taken off, whatever. But
yeah, of course. That's why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
I forgot that this game, at least, I don't know if all of its following entries have the NFL licenses. Like, I totally forgot that you can just straight up play as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons. If you don't understand why that's strange, it's because the NFL Blitz games allow you to like do horribly graphic things to the other players, like just break their spines like Bane and like do the people's elbow on them like you're the Rock and shit. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they lost the license, the Blitz games. Did they not? Am I wrong? Should I have not opened this can of worms?
Lost the NFL license?
Yes, when the when the Madden games got it.
That is why these stopped getting made by Midway. Yes, it was like in 07, I think, which is when EA got the exclusive rights to the NFL. That was one of the. I mean, these had also kind of waned after like the 5th version had come out and they weren't as exciting anymore, and the whole anti-concussion thing got weird. See, I know football things, and so they stopped making these because EA doesn't make them. Midway does.
Right. But yeah, man, you got this anomaly here where you get the Blitz gameplay and you can play as the Steelers versus the Browns.
Crazy.
And you can
sever
the ligaments of all the opposing players.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew, but you've seen, obviously, the arcade one-ups that they make with the home versions of these games, which required
an
entire
NFL Blitz one?
There is. Came out about 3 years ago. But because it was a whole relicensing thing. Because remember, they also don't have the exclusive rights anymore. Because didn't the 2K games come back also? So the Madden games exist, the 2K games exist. They were able to kind of relicense this, but part of it, again, the concussion thing came up again. There's something like 137 like moves, air quotes, in this game, like the freaking DDT and the clothesline and all that stuff. Something along the lines of like 25% of them had to be removed according to the NFL's guidelines of, maybe not that. Yeah, maybe not the break the back Bane thing. Yeah, maybe not the,
Yeah, now they just go out there and have tea parties. I can't stand this.
I know. That sounds about right.
I'm just kidding.
But if you want to play some of the originals, the N64 version is amazing because you don't even have to have a multi-tap to play 4 players.
I really didn't even think about that. That is a fantastic
it's
point.
Huge. Yeah, huge. No loading times either. This obviously is a bit faster in this version.
This did we have? I don't think we had this growing up. I don't think we had Blitz. I don't think I started playing football games till Madden.
I believe it's
unfortunately. Except for in the arcade. If this is there, it's like let's fucking go.
It was, yes, and this is a game that even I will play. Which we rented it, I'm sure, more than once. Yeah.
I was going to say, is this in that fun sports category you guys have?
Which brought me to my next point. Everyone will agree there is a huge difference between NFL Blitz and NFL 2K1.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
Or whatever, the Madden ones.
Whatever.
The Sim ones.
There is a big difference between, we have, at Retro Game Treasure, we have simulation sports and fun sports. And 100, you get to select your categories, don't forget. And so if you really want like FIFA, you can select real sports, simulation sports. Not many people choose those. We don't even carry very many of those games. You choose fun sports, you get these kinds of ones that are more over the top or go in the goofy route, like we talked about Mutant League Football before. Games like NFL Blitz, those are ones that fit more into the fun sports category. Mario Golf, that's what this category is for.
Raph, you ever play NFL Blitz?
Oh, yeah. You know what the wild thing is? I was just thinking, like, my only experience with NFL Blitz was the Nintendo 64 one. I never played it in arcades. I knew it was an arcade game, but I never actually ever saw one in an arcade. That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
now that I used to play the shit out of this game, too. I didn't even like football, and this game's fun.
Yes. It's much simpler play call style.
Yeah.
No, we got to go to a barcade and play this and get hammered and play Blitz. Holy shit, dude.
I believe Arcade Monsters has one.
I was going to say.
I'm about to say it's maybe a scotch or two. I'm not going to do this exercise now, but NBA Jam is somewhere up here at the very tippy top.
Yeah.
And Blitz is like, there's probably a sports game or two in between there. But as far as multiplayer sports games that are actually good.
And ones that I'll play.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, this is the same company that made NBA Jam, obviously. This is Midway. And so they took pseudo inspiration from that. But obviously the NBA, especially in the 90s, is not nearly as, kind of violent as football was, especially in the 80s and 90s. And so they kind of took a cue from their own idea with the way NBA Jam worked by paring it down a bit. Passes are a lot easier, but pass interference and interceptions are a lot easier too. And it's all about, big sacks. The timer stops between every play in this. There's a lot of non-football. See, I know football things. So there's lots of non-football-y things that happen in this to make it more fun.
Well, that is an excellent Retro Zone game. So go to www.retrogametreasure.com now. I'll wait. And then subscribe. Let Buck know that you have a Nintendo 64 and that you like fun sports games. You don't have to necessarily say sim sports games, and you might find yourself with a copy of NFL Blitz, which would be very fun to get drunk and play with your friends.
It's so funny that you have a distinction between simulation sports and you call the other ones fun sports because the other ones are not fun at all. I find them boring as fuck.
The other one is actually called real sports on our list because it's real. I literally had someone yesterday on our Facebook saying about our service, good luck getting a different version of FIFA every month. And it's like, okay, I can't force you to read how our service works, but let me show you that's not how it works, actually. We wouldn't stay in business if we just sent you a bunch of crap that you didn't want every month.
Right.
It's true. It's true. Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about Metal Gear Solid Delta. I'm so excited to talk about this game. All right, see you on the other side.
Today's matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Shagohod. The KGB? Boss?
That's right. We're here to talk about Metal Gear Solid 3.
I got a lot of questions in my own voice.
Those are all Metal Gear nomenclature.
Those are all real things that he has questions about. Man, so I was saying before we started this episode that, like, last week we talked about The Legend of Zelda. And this week we're talking about Metal Gear Solid 3.
What year is it?
It's like how to frame the episode. It's like, do we frame it as if everyone understands that this game is like kind of legendary? Or do we frame it from just like the ground up as if you've never played Metal Gear Solid 3? I guess the latter, I suppose. So if you have played Metal Gear Solid 3 and you find our dig into it or dive into it redundant, well, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about it as if someone has never played Metal Gear Solid 3, okay? Holy shit, this game is so fucking good.
Yes, dude. Oh my god.
So Metal Gear Solid 3, the Kojima-less, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, the Kojima-less remake of Metal Gear Solid 3.
But is it though? I'm sorry.
But
yeah, but is it?
I wrote in my notes, it's deeper down, but I wrote, there's a lawsuit for Kojima in here somewhere. Because, man.
they said his name like 47 times in the opening credits.
It's still in the,
a game by Hideo Kojima, original design by Hideo Kojima, art and by Hideo Kojima.
Originally produced by Hideo Kojima. It's just like, oh shit, that's...
There were some credit screens that flashed like 4 credits across the screen, and it all just said Hideo Kojima, Hideo Kojima, Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. During the amazing introduction moment. So they did it. They just remade Metal Gear Solid 3. They wisely did not touch anything in this remake. They graphically overhauled it. It's in the Unreal Engine now. So they redid the models. But they literally went as far as to reuse some of the old mocap that was taken back in the PS2 days.
Oh yeah.
Wisely, like I said, no alterations beyond that. So I kind of have my notes broken up into chunks here, gentlemen, and feel free to interrupt whenever you want.
Sure.
So my first chunk is basically just about this game being a remake, looking incredible. It even has the ability to gives you like a filter option so you can make the game look like it's covered in piss, like the old Metal Gear.
I like
the old
the piss
1999 movie piss filter.
They remade, like reskinned that Guy Savage mini game that happens halfway through.
I'm about to get to that
it's
part.
like
James.
fucking Bloodborne
crazy.
2. It looks crazy.
And
they got them to
just
remake it. They got the Platinum Games guys to remake that
Awesome.
that Guy Savage game.
Yes. So things that make Metal Gear Solid 3 amazing for, again, those people who don't know. They invented a bunch of stuff in this game that they then don't use later on in 4 and 5, which I think is such a bold, amazing choice just to make this one just such an original standout. So this game did several things, and feel free to comment, gentlemen. It fleshed out Snake's CQC repertoire. So Metal Gears 1 and 2, really all you can do is punch guys and then choke them out or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
So in this one, they added all of these awesome ways to do the hand-to-hand combat where you can hold a knife to people's throats to interrogate them. You can a series of different things that I'm all clumsy at and can only choke people out, basically. It makes the melee combat of the Metal Gear franchise more fun for me. Because this was the first Metal Gear Solid that I ever played, honestly, as a child.
Wow.
So revisiting it here was a really fun thing to do. The healing mechanic. Let's talk about healing and eating in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Super unique.
Yeah. So forgo a traditional healing system where you have a health bar and then you just use rations to heal yourself, like in Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, right? Mm-hmm. You now have a health bar and a stamina bar. And over time, Snake will lose his stamina naturally. And also, if you suffer injuries, which we'll get to in a moment, you'll suffer...
You do a lot.
Which you do a lot if you're me and you cannot be stealthy. You suffer injuries, and that'll reduce your stamina. And your stamina levels will basically indicate like how quickly your health recharges over time.
Which is a very cool mechanic.
I know, it really is.
Yeah, I want to say some people think that it's kind of annoying to eat and hunt the food, but I don't know. I, 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 I enjoyed the having to at least give a skosh of thought to like There's some animals here. Should I capture one real quick for have as a snack later or whatever?
Battle.
And also, all of the animals that you get, this is like one of my favorite parts of this game, and something that I feel like if you don't engage with it, you're missing out on a really good chunk of the game, is the actual radio conversations with people, especially paramedic. If you find a piece of food, you can call her, and she'll explain to you like what it is in real life. Like, oh, this type of snake exists here, blah, 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 it does that. Also, Snake will always ask, but how does it taste? And she will kind of tell you, like, hey, the guy says it tastes pretty good. I'm not going to lie. Or the guy says it tastes like shit. Yeah.
It's an ass snake.
I didn't realize you could eat the mushrooms to get the batteries for your items back.
The glow
Raph told me this
mushrooms,
the other
yeah.
day.
I know you could eat the mushrooms. What does it do?
The glow mushrooms will actually recharge your batteries. And there's a great like Easter egg conversation about it where he tells people, I ate a glow mushroom and it recharged my batteries. And you see paramedic goes, wait, what? hold on a second. And she like steps aside and's like, I don't know. He says it recharges batteries. And you're like sitting just like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would that happen? He's like, I don't know. Maybe it's all in his head. I don't know. Should we just let him keep thinking it? Yeah? Okay. She comes back and she's like, yes, Snake, if you eat glow mushrooms, they will recharge your battery.
So Hideo Kojima.
She's actually just talking to Hideo Kojima in the sound booth.
yes,
The mushrooms do what? In canon, they recharge. Okay.
Are you sure, Kojima-san?
Are you sure? Let me get Norman Reedus. I am sure.
So the getting shot and heal and what would you call it? Repairing yourself, I guess.
Surgery. It's field surgery.
Yeah,
you
field
do
surgery.
field surgery.
That's
Yeah.
a perfect. Yeah. So when you take damage by getting shot or hitting a landmine or falling from too high or getting attacked by an alligator or falling into a spike trip or one of the many
Crawling
things,
into a claymore face first.
right? Whatever it is, you'll take. There's a chance that you'll like take a piece of damage that is lingering, like you might break your leg or have a bullet inside of you, or have a bunch of leeches on your body from crawling around in a like a crazy ass jungle.
Not gross at all.
And you have to go into this like little. It reminds me of those surgery games for the DS that you talked about that one week.
Oh
Buck.
yeah, trauma center.
Yeah, it's got like a little. You have a series of like items that are something you'd find in a fucking first aid kit. It's you know what I mean, septic for
It's like a little
coagulating
mini
blood.
game within being injured,
Yeah.
which I can appreciate.
I really enjoy
it's quite fun. And this one they changed. They give you like a little bit of a UI to tell you what steps to take. In the old one, you just like have a leech and you'd have to like just like try shit, or you'd be bleeding and it would tell you need to stop the bleeding. But in this one, it like gives you a little checklist that you go through, which is really nice. And if you do them in the correct order, you get to see Snake actually do the procedure on himself
That's
with
what
whichever
makes
he's
him
doing.
do the procedure if you do them
I've
in
been
order.
wondering
Yes,
about that.
that's
I actually
funny.
didn't even know
I've gotten
that
it all.
because you get really cool little cutscenes like him burning a leech off with a
I was
cigar
gonna say,
and shit.
what
It's really cool.
procedure did I do correctly then to watch him eat a giant fish?
That just happens when you eat certain animals. Like certain animals, it's just him going. And he just fucking,
So-
he like chomps into it and just tears it up. It's so funny.
So to back up for a second while we go through this, I didn't mention it while Mac was mentioning it. Mac, you said this is the only Metal Gear game you played?
This is the first Metal Gear game.
The
that I
first one you played.
Yes.
I when this Metal Gear game came out, I was like had just gotten married or hadn't been married very long. We had just moved into our second house. I was working like 7 days a week. This is the only Metal Gear game I did not play.
Interesting.
Wow.
I watched Matthew Wilson play it a lot when he lived with us because he lived here for a little while as he needed a place. But this is the only. So as much as I'm familiar with a lot of this game and all the lore and the Shagohod, and I've watched Cynthia Hartle sing that song live at MagFest a few years ago, the Snake Eater song, I've never actually experienced playing through this myself. So some of these things you guys are saying, I don't know there's a difference from the other to the. So I appreciate that too if there's other people out there like me that had to skip it the first time. This is the first like remake I played where I didn't play the original.
That's crazy.
There's so few differences that
Really,
it's pretty easy to honestly, the list is small that we have to mention to you because besides that, man, it's the same, man. It is incredible that it's the same.
Looks
More
cool
on
so
the
far, though.
the other mechanics that this one has that aren't in some of the other ones. The camo, they added the camouflage mechanic, so you start with and then proceed to get more uniforms
Yeah.
to wear, and depending on what scenery you are against, whether you're laying on the floor of the jungle or up against a tree or up against a brick wall or up against some metal, you can wear different camouflage to make yourself more concealed from the enemy.
The scientist's outfit.
Face paint as well, including a mask that makes you look like a horrifyingly Botox-filled Raiden.
Wait, is there any other kind of Raiden?
When I was a kid, one of the things that I used to do, because you can find corpse paint. There's like a corpse paint like skull thing that you can do.
Cool.
So I used to just take Snake's shirt off, put the corpse paint on, put a cigar in his mouth, and run around with a machine gun and just play the game full on Rambo like that. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, shame on you. Your soul will be heavy.
Like Snake Plissken instead of...
Yeah, right.
So that mechanic hasn't changed, but I will say that they improved in this one. You'll be glad to know, people out there, that you can now just like press up on the D-pad and hold it, and then a little menu pops up and gives you like every combination of camouflage and face paint, so you do not have to press start and go into the survival menu every time. Holy,
cool.
That's a great quality of life feature.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible. I should back up to say, because I just realized that when I went to go give a directional, you press this to do that. When you begin this game, you are given the option to play in 2 different styles. The game asks you, do you want to play this in traditional Metal Gear style that they call the Legacy style, or do you want to play it in like this new modern version, which is basically the Metal Gear 5 is like seems to be like the progenitor of the way he moves and whatnot. So if you select that Legacy mode, you get the unusually stagnant top-down camera that you can swivel with the right stick, but it's very herky-jerky and hard to swivel around, and then the controls will straight up become reminiscent of the old control scheme, which is very strange. They in the old Metal Gear 3, they kept the Japanese circle is accept and X is decline. And that is rough. And it's like to shoot the gun is square, to climb a tree is triangle. It's like crouch is circle or something like that. It's just like, oh no, this is terrible. So
I couldn't find where to change it to be native to my PS5 controller plugged into my PC, so it thinks it's an Xbox controller. So try that one. Hit X to accept. No, not that X. This X. Oh, goddamn it.
That's funny. So if you're playing in the non-legacy mode, if you're playing in the new one, which features an over-the-shoulder third-person camera angle that you can fully operate with the right stick, which is very, very good and a very nice change of pace, in my opinion. I don't think it affects the level design at all.
Doesn't change
right,
it at
Raph?
all, yeah.
No,
they didn't change anything.
I mean, the game, it's incredible that it plays just as well in both perspectives. Maybe not just as well, because personally I think the other perspective is better. I think the over the shoulder is better. The last thing that I wanted to touch on mechanic wise in Metal Gear Solid 3 is you do not have your radar, your everyday radar that you have from Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 that's always on, telling you where guys are and which way they're looking and where the cameras are, etc.
Whose footprints are these?
Various tools for monitoring your surroundings, which are very useful. Yeah,
it's so cool. They have broken up basically the idea of you having a radar into 3 tools.
Because it's the 60s.
Because it's the 60s, exactly, which is
amazing.
amazing.
Radar, yeah.
It's and because like Snake is on like a fucking like solo, if you get caught you're fucking dead type situation. He's got like this state-of-the-art recharging battery, wouldn't you know? So each one of these tools
Snake, plug this into your butt.
Are you sure, Major Tom?
So each one of the tools will use batteries at different paces, and like I said, you just stop using them for a while, and then moving around makes it actually recharge faster as well, which is a cool little in-game mechanic. Read your manual on this one. Absolutely go into the tips and tricks screen. There's so many cool things you can do in this game.
You mean this thing right here? This piece of paper?
Yes,
this
read that because there's a lot of stuff in there.
You got subsistence there, don't you?
Yeah, nice.
I've got 2 different copies of this game in front of me right now. I love this game. It's like my favorite Metal Gear Solid game.
Can somebody tell me why my original Metal Gear Solid 3 has the online dial-up and broadband logo on it. I could not figure it out.
It has Metal Gear Online. That's why.
Yes.
No, this doesn't. Only Subsistence does. This doesn't. That's why I can't figure it out.
Oh shit, you might be right actually.
I researched this all day. I could not figure out
yeah,
why
you're
this
right.
damn logo
Then why the
is on
fuck
here.
is there an online? What the hell? Why?
The only one I could find was that someone said when they were reprinting to do Subsistence, they did a rerun of this game and they added that logo on there. And AI tried to give me some excuse like they were promoting Subsistence and that's why they put this logo. Like I know
It could
bullshit.
literally just come down to a reprint. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would say that'd be most likely.
Yeah.
But the last thing I forgot, there was one more thing that they did add, which is the ability to walk while you're crouching.
I can't believe that wasn't in the original. That's just dumb.
It was in Subsistence, but it wasn't in the OG one.
In the original PS2,
Yeah.
whatever. I wasn't sure. It is in Subsistence? The
I'm
crouch
pretty
walking?
sure. Like it's been a
Subsistence
while.
had a lot of
I was
stuff
thinking
added.
about playing it for this.
Yeah, I know they
just to
added
kinda
the
remind
rotating
myself, but,
camera
yeah.
in Subsistence. But anyhow, God, yes. I mean, if you're gonna make me be stealthy, you gotta at least let me be able to crouch walk. My
They
guy.
wanted you to crawl. Kojima wanted you to crawl through the jungle.
Which you basically, if you play the original one, you do spend 90% of your time literally crawling on your belly, like most of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they encourage it. When they're literally telling you about something, they're like, keep in mind, if you move slower, it will be harder to see you. Yes,
It literally
like
says on the back of the box here something I've never noticed before on a PS2 game. One of the little, things down here, memory card, one player, blah, 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 all this. One
Yeah.
of these says pressure sensitive.
Yeah.
yeah, because the D-pad I think was pressure sensitive or something, right?
The
Something
PS2
like that.
had some weird stuff going on with their buttons in general. They never
Yeah.
did this again with any other PlayStation
Yep,
console.
that's right.
They had the pressure sensitive buttons, which with Silent Hill 2, just to like go back to that episode, the certain attacks were different if you hit the button harder.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And there's something with like the CQC shit that is relative to that
Yeah.
pressure
Yeah.
that I could never manhandle because again I just get panicked and like quick
fast
kill him.
fingered the shit out of it, yeah.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to deal with that guy
Just
later.
dive
on the
roll
river.
through everybody. That's all you got to know.
Uh,
Including upstairs.
Yes.
But those are the only gameplay mechanic differences. Besides that, it's Metal Gear Solid in the sense that you're going from screen to screen, essentially, I should say. It's like the levels are broken up into like little tiny chunks.
Yeah.
Still.
And there's guys in there, and you can kill them, but multiple people tell you in the beginning of the game, like, you really shouldn't kill them, because those are people. But,
They're just doing their job for the motherland.
Until later. Later on, Major Zero is like, hey, look, like, I'm giving you a real gun this time because, like, they kind of got to know you're there, sort of, because the KGB,
He
not to
says
get too much into the
you're
story.
on an official operation
Yeah.
now, so you may
Yeah.
carry a gun.
Yeah.
Which boss immediately dismembers.
It's funny because there actually is you never got to the Sorrow boss fight, did you?
I have not. No.
I have not
guess
yet.
venture into spoiler territory here a little bit if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
Um,
Absolutely.
I know everything that happens. I just haven't done it myself.
Right. So in the Sorrow boss fight, you are essentially haunted by every single character that you've killed up until that point.
When you're walking down that river, right?
Yeah,
When
you're
like,
walking down a
trudging
river very slowly, and you
Mhm.
can't really you can't maneuver very well. But as you're walking down the river, the ghost of everything that you kill, including the dudes that you cut their throats, their heads are slanted sideways with blood shooting out and
I
stuff
haven't
like
done that to anyone. Thank you very much.
They come at you. So you could technically actually not kill anybody this entire game, and that boss fight is just nothing. It's just a walk through a river.
There is a Twitch channel that I checked before this episode. I have been following for like 10 years. And these guys just do different Metal Gear speed runs all the time. and I've watched them play I've watched them play through Snake Eater probably like 4 or 5 times. Like I've seen this game so many times through.
So as far as Easter eggs, real quick, I just wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
Did you guys did you guys play Snake versus Monkey? It's not really an Easter egg at this point because it's an actual mode. Did you guys play it at all? Or
Oh,
didn't
you guys
jump
thought I
into
played
it.
the regular? No, I have only played
yeah.
Snake versus Monkey. That's all.
Yeah.
Snake versus Monkey is great. Did you guys spin him in the X-ray viewer?
To get him to barf.
He barfs and you get an achievement. Only 15% of players got it. I found that out earlier.
Not to go back, but that same Twitch channel I have watched them do complete run-throughs, and they know where every special codec or whatever it's called in this one, radio call,
Oh,
and
yeah,
all
'cause
the
there's
special
yeah.
cutscene. I have watched them do a thing where they stop like every 27 feet to like call a character to get a special radio. It's amazing how much stuff is in the original and this one.
There's special radio frequencies that can heal you and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of stuff in that with the radio.
There's so much in this game that is so Kojima, and just like
Yeah.
that fight, like you just said, where you go through the river of people.
Yeah.
Is the thing that honestly makes me just like, oops, sorry, hold on, drop my phone. No, I didn't. That was fake. Hello, my name is Max Stan, and video games, they are art. And I am here to talk pedantically about what I think is the best part of Metal Gear Solid 3.
That was pretty good.
Hell yeah.
And that is the way that Kojima-san has been making movies since 2004, or whenever this game came out. This game, I was like a movie. I was so stunned. I don't think when this game originally came out
Music is so loud.
that
I
I
can't even hear you.
I think that's part of the bit.
I don't think when I originally played this game I had enough patience and B an understanding of Hideo Kojima being a complete madman.
Yes.
Like this, because this is, you have to understand, this is before everyone it was confirmed that he was completely insane when he put out Death Stranding. Before then, it was kind of like, man, his video games are pretty crazy, right? Because before I get into the cinematography, Raph talking about like the pain and the sorrow. This game it's a 007 movie, right?
Yeah,
it involves Russia having a nuclear bomb, and you're a CIA operatives that's got to go stop it or whatever. And the bad guys are a fictional
Power Rangers.
Basically, evil Power Rangers. They're like a fictional splinter group within the Russian government called the GRU, the GRU.
Yeah.
And they have a particular gang, a
Cobra
platoon.
unit.
Cobras.
Yeah. The Cobra
known as
unit,
the
yeah.
Cobra unit. And it is comprised of a bunch of fucking X-Men villains, basically, that all have crazy magic powers
Yes.
and are named after a specific feeling that you might feel related to being on a battlefield specifically.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you not play Metal Gear Solid 1 or 2?
What are their names in that? The villains.
Metal Gear Solid 1, you've got
Yeah.
Vulcan Raven. That's the giant
Yeah.
hulking dude with the
No,
huge
I
machine
know,
gun.
like, but
Oh,
like,
I'm sorry.
I just mean like their names are pain and sorrow and fury and
joy.
fear
Yeah.
and the end. They're all they're not just kick-ass names.
Fair.
They're all themed over
yeah.
emotions
Sure.
that you would feel on a battlefield.
But on the
What? This is
On the cinematography part, though, I mean, did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 1, or have you played that in its entirety, the original?
sure.
You don't feel like on the same
Are
level?
you derailing my rant? I have the hat on, okay? I wear the hat literally for a reason. My point is that it's tapping into this theme that I've seen in other media, things like Gundam Wing, or even as recent as like that episode of Secret Level about Armored Core, or basically like any movie about samurais will echo this sentiment where it's just like they're in combat. It seems like such a thing that in normal life you don't get into. We don't get into combat on a day-to-day basis. I don't, Buck does not, Raph does not. But back in the day, I'm talking like way back in the day, it would be a lot more, the odds of you maybe having to actually get into a fight, kill someone, whether it because you've been enlisted into an Imperial Army or whatever. My point is, murdering people was a lot. It happened, okay? And there are apparently people that like feel more at home on the battlefield than they do at home.
Right.
I've never been to war. I don't know if you guys have been to war, so I can't attest to this feeling. But like I said, it's been echoed in other pieces of media.
It's a pretty central theme in this game too.
Yes, and I've
Yeah.
never seen it so just on the face of the story. Like I said, the characters are called pain and sorrow and fury and the end. Like the moment when you die, the feeling when you die. Like
Oblivion. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Your eyes
This is-
bulge out, apparently.
And I mean the boss. They mentioned that her code name is the Joy. as well.
I'm assuming that would come after the end in war.
Yeah, the joy that she brings
Bro.
into battle. It's the emotions
or
they
maybe
carry
it was-
into battle.
Or maybe it was what you had before the war.
Yeah.
Maybe the joy was all
This
the
game
wars we had along the way.
didn't need to be so like allegorical. But now that I understand Hideo Kojima's shit as I'm strolling through this fucking masterpiece, I'm just like, this is I understand all of the choices, including some of the choices in like the choreography. I'm talking the
I was
Okay.
hoping somebody would
I was
mention
just like,
I
oh my god,
I
that
will
is
interrupt you,
incredible.
Ramp, because if this was not created by someone like Kojima, kind of like how Quentin Tarantino gets a free
Yeah.
pass on being a fucking nut job,
Yeah.
if this game had been made by anyone else, it would probably be in the bargain bin. Because no one would excuse the Tommy Wiseau level of acting and goofiness in certain scenes. Like, okay, we just captured this guy, and the big bad's gonna go do this. Yeah, wait, the dude with the revolvers has to come in and do a little bit where he spins them and flips them around and
For
pretends
2.5
to shoot him.
minutes or something.
And it was like, if this was like,
It's an
looks like
anime.
it's not
It's an
bad.
anime.
I'm just saying, if it wasn't Kojima, I think people would have thought it was a little bit.
I often
True.
feel that
Yeah.
way about David Lynch sometimes, but
Good parallel. Yes, Good
Actually, that's a
parallel.
really that's a really good.
it's funny
comparison,
enough though. I
really.
did write that he is absolutely a Japanese Tarantino. I mean, like
people would be
all
making
of,
fun of it if
Yeah.
not.
all of the. I have here a scene
Oh.
from this movie game because so much of this game is a movie. It's just watching the cinematics. Like you'll run for like 15 seconds and then it'll be like, oop, time for a really cool scene from a cool James Bond movie.
Time to watch the guy that created Metal Gear X chug a flask.
So cool.
Right.
So this is a scene where the game starts and you get like Snake gets hard dropped into Russia. And they're like, ooh, sorry, Snake, we gotta cut to. He's got to go again, and they're like, okay, it's been some time, so we got like a plane for you and shit.
It'd been 1 week. It had been 1 week, and he got totally fucked up at the end of that part.
Yeah.
So
later,
he drops again, and this is the scene where he drops, and I just want to I'm gonna talk through some of the cinematography stuff in this scene because it's amazing.
This
All right,
is
here we go.
the jet sequence, right? Like
Yes, the jet sequence.
when you get there.
So right away, we've got the intro of the jet, of course, just to put us in place. And then we get an upward angle of Snake, and he's on which side? The right side, the power side. See our Halo episode. You can see what I'm talking about when they fuck that up. Then we flip back to his needles. We don't know what's going on, but we do know that the needles are going crazy and jiggling, and they're
Hold
all
R1 and look at the
here.
booby lady.
Cut to an awesome wide shot introducing two appear to be Russian ships with the flag. Notice they're going from screen left to screen right, and Snake was going screen right to screen left. So you already know, okay, these are diametrically opposed forces.
Control.
We got the Russian soldier being shot at an upward angle. Ooh, because he's an enemy, right? So if Snake gets caught, this is a stealth mission. So if he gets caught, it's over. So he certainly cannot get caught right away. So these guys are like huge gatekeepers to his whole mission. So they shoot them not only from an angle of like his controls, but also at this upward angle to make him look powerful and ominous and have his helmet obscure his vision. So he's like more of a force representing Russia than a particular character. Snake's moving right to left still. Now they're going the same orientation.
It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south.
This right here is amazing. This is some 24 shit. Hideo Kojima has chosen to split the screen into two pieces. One of them is showing you Snake's actual ship flying at Mach 3, and the other is them trying to view him on the radar as he's fucking smoking their asses. Amazing use of screen. Snake gets away, they peel off. And then this scene is coming up next year. They have a break after he enters the atmosphere. It's like the sickest 007 entry I've ever seen in my life here. We got Snake's controls, that same upward angle as Snake. I love that first click that happens in his cockpit where you hear the ka-chunk, but it doesn't release him. It just builds up a little bit of tension, which is a really nice touch. And then you're like, oh, fuck, he gets released out of this jet. Amazing scene of it crashing, and you're like, oh shit, he's coming in way too fucking hot. That right there, where he catches himself, it's reminiscent. It's a callback to the first time when he lands where he does the same thing, but this time he does it more gracefully. An amazing shot there. Now we get top-down view of Snake. He is small, and he doesn't know why yet, but he is basically an adversary or has an adversary that is absolutely massive, that is looking down upon him here, which he'll see right here in this single where he's in the power position on the right-hand side of the screen. And it's the jungle itself. We get a upward angle shot of the jungle as it rotates and pans around Snake, because this game involves you being in the jungle. The jungle is your biggest adversary. You remove more leeches in this game than you do kill guys. This game also features an incredible opening theme song that I just straight up ripped a piece of because I want us to listen to. Because if Quentin Tarantino did a 007 movie, I think that his intro to his 007 movie would sound like this.
100%. Yeah.
But you're so supreme.
Me too.
I give my life not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else.
Ooh, it brings tears to my eyes, that note right there. Ooh.
Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Go ahead, Konami. Pull the episode. I dare you. Pull me for copyrights. Look, I'm
Maybe-
crying over here.
Maybe
Don't
stop
pull it.
missing MagFest, Mac.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I know you got to see that live.
Yeah, and it was when this was just
Oof.
announced, and she hadn't said that she was re-recording it yet, even though
My
she got a little
goodness
tipsy that night.
Gracious. Yeah, literally that key change when it shows him standing in the sun and his fucking got all his gear on. Just like, my God, dude, this game is... Most video games have a theme song that's just like...
You know what?
You know what I mean? Like,
You know what's funny?
What the fuck? Like,
they had Jodie Benson, the singing voice of Little Mermaid, right there doing Ava, but they were like, "Nah, we want Cynthia back. We want her back again." She did the ending theme to Symphony of the Night as well. I am the
oh,
Wind.
wow.
This game, the ending to this game makes me cry, and the ending theme to it almost makes me cry as well. It's a random song by a band called Star Sailor. And it's, I don't know, it just brings a tear to my eye. Something about the themes in the song and like the way this game ends.
You can't
is
spoil
just
the
so
end.
heavy.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. But also
it
the
is very
boss fight. I
tragic.
can't wait to see that final boss fight because it's one of
I
my
know how
favorite
it
boss
ends.
fights in any game.
Yeah, man. This game is fucking amazing. I can't wait to finish it. I'm like halfway through. Oh, you guys have any closing thoughts for Metal Gear Solid, Delta, Snake Eater 3, Delta, Snake, Metal Snake,
Electric Boogaloo.
Better Metal Snake?
I've never felt more nostalgic for a remake in my entire life. Like, this has got me so excited. This is honestly
It's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3, I want to say for sure, like whenever we do our greatest games of all time episode, it's definitely within the top 5, potentially in the top 3 for me. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I've beaten it so many times. I'm so happy this came out. My one complaint is that it would have been really cool if they did include the Metal Gear Online. Like that would have been super cool to play online with people in the modern day. But that's not even really a complaint because everything else is so fucking perfect.
DLC, Raph. We gotta have
True.
room for
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, they could add it later. That'd be great.
True.
I'd be so
Think
happy
about
about
the
that.
economics of it.
Yeah. That's it. No, I'm just so happy about this.
I am really glad that Konami did not screw it up.
Yeah.
Konami has a really good track record of screwing things up in the last
so
decade
badly.
or two.
I
Yeah,
don't understand.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I guess they're 2 for 2 right now because the Silent Hill 2 remake.
I knew you were
yeah.
going to say that, and my answer to that is that's because they didn't make it.
True, it was Bloober Team, yeah. But
And
Bloober
so
Team actually has the also habit
Oh, no.
of making not
They
good
did a
things,
great
but,
job. That was Konami having a flash of brilliance to say, maybe we're going to
shouldn't make
screw
this.
this up. Why don't we find someone else to do this instead? But in the case of this, did they not do everything for Delta? I mean, it was in-house studio, right?
I'm not sure.
believe
Yeah, I
so,
think so.
yeah.
I mean, the only other
They
thing
didn't have to do. I mean, they made new models and then put that bad boy over the old one.
that jungle is gorgeous.
It
I
really
tell you
is,
what.
yeah.
I mean, I
beautiful.
vividly remember what the game looked like before, and PS2 is very pretty. I mean, it's got pretty
Yeah.
good graphics, but
And that was at the end of the PS2, and they used every inch they could to get
Yeah.
everything they could.
Yep,
like
the
the
frame
OG
rate
one
saw
still
it.
looks good.
Yeah, it really does. But this is like, oh man, this is a jungle. I just got done with the fight with the end, and I was just like, oh man, am I even gonna be able to frickin' find him the first?
Oh, dude, hold on, wait. I gotta say, I just finished literally about a half an hour before recording this. I beat the end, and I beat the end without a sniper rifle, with only the tranquilizer pistol. So I got his fucking his sniper rifle.
Oh man, you know what? I probably could have done that if I'd remembered that existed, because
It's
I
not too
pretty
bad,
much
yeah,
was
it's not
on
too hard.
top of him when I finally
Yeah.
found him. Damn.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta. I like it better than the Metal Gear or the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh,
I like the
Okay.
touch it
Whoa.
less. I think less is more.
Interesting.
But that's my hot take and my closing thought for our segment on Metal Gear Solid Delta, Solid Snake 3, Snake Eater 3, Snake, Delta Snake. We are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are going to do our What Else You Got and end our episode.
See you on the other side.
I've been waiting, Snake. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
And we're back, and we're here at our What Else You Got, the segment of our show where we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. This week, I played a game on Game Pass. But I played Herdling. Have you guys seen this?
No.
Developed by Okamotive Studios. I think the only other game they have done is that game Far, where you're like, it's like a side-scrolling like management game where you're like on a ship that's sailing or whatever.
I did hear about this game. This looks cool.
Yeah. It reminds me. It kind of reminds me of Journey in that it's a game in which there's like a dialogueless world where in which you just sort of like walk around, like without clues or whatever. But you play as like a young boy in a post-apocalyptic world. At first, it seems that way anyhow, because you're in like a grubby, gross, rundown city, and you stumble across like this thing that looks like it's from a child's storybook, like, or something. Like, it looks like one of the creatures from Where the Wild Things Are or something.
Oh, okay.
Like, it looks like an ox in one of them, or some sort of giant Muppet or something. Anyhow, you come across it and you get quickly like a stick, and you use the stick to like herd the creature like in a given direction. And so it like sort of always walks in front of you, and you have like a white line, sort of like a transparent white line on the ground in between you and the ox thingy, and then it extends just beyond the ox, basically, to let you know, like, if you were to press the X button right now to like wave your stick and like, the ox will go in that trajectory. So you steer it that way from behind, like almost like a canoe. So if you want it to go left, you got to swoop around to the right-hand side of it, and then like, and then it'll sort of like go in a straight line to the left or whatever. That's the only gameplay I've stumbled upon. Yeah, it's just, not only is it a job, Buck, it's a third world job, and I for one am disgusted. No, it's just, you get I guess I haven't gotten that many of them. I've gotten like 3 herdlings, but I guess you get like a dozen or more of these little lemmings. Like, by lemmings, like I mean they all have like powers. Like you'll get different ones.
okay.
Like this one's big, so he can smash through obstacles, and this one does that, and so he can do this or
also
whatever.
like Pikmin also.
There we go.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's like Journey, and that was just like they'll hit you with a camera angle. It's like, oh, look at that. What's that? Should you go there? Oh, maybe go there. And then it's just like, okay, and then you just shepherd a bunch of oxen in that direction. I don't think I'm gonna finish it.
Okay.
I gotta go to work instead.
I got other video games based on jobs to play because this one is not my favorite one. Because I'll say that it's not even particularly that stunning when you get into the gameplay. Like, they had to go with a stylized art style, and then it's just like an art style that I'm just like, I don't really like this. I don't know. For me, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I played besides Metal Gear Solid this week. Herdling. Go now. Buck, what else have you got for us, sir?
I discovered a really cool YouTube page that has gotten a bit addictive. It's a company, I guess, called Fourth Cone Restoration. All they do is restore old movie posters.
Ooh.
Like, you'd send it to them back when they were, kind of sort of water. I mean, kind of sort of paper, kind of sort of linen. So they like wash them off and use detergents and this, and then they restore them and they spread them on this neat table. They really do a good job of documenting the process. And then they went and made a second YouTube channel that's an ASMR non-narrated version of the videos.
Yes.
And it's really cool. Just watching someone spray down the poster, and you hear like the sound when they wipe the stuff away, and then they put plastic on top of it. And
I really like that about that.
no,
Continue talking.
and then they got this, and then
Tickles the brain in a way that
You do it, Raph.
it's the regular channel's cool because they talk about the sorry, that's funny. They talk about whatever movie it is and things about the movie, and then talk about their process. But in the ASMR one, they just get to like hear all the sounds, and it's kind of very gratifying to watch them do it. And then they touch them all up at the end. Like, there was a Jaws poster that had been folded a bunch, and so they got all the folds out, but now there were lines where the fold breaks in the artwork where the folds were, so they touch them up with colored pencils, and it's amazing, their process. So,
because movie posters at this time kicked ass. They were like beautiful works of art. They weren't just like a close-up of fucking Ryan Gosling's face or something.
yeah, there was one that was like, it was literally an animated serial from Superman, not serial like serial like weekly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, it was like every week for like 20 weeks or something, like Atom Man versus Superman, and the poster is just gorgeous artwork. So to see them restore that was really, really cool.
That's beautiful.
And then the other one, Raph can jump in here with me, is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, go ahead and get it out here, Raph.
Elden Ring Night Rain
You sickos.
announced their Deep Night mode
That's
is
sick, dude.
already on its way and comes at it's like a week away by the time this episode airs. Like, our episodes can barely get ahead of it.
yeah,
is
it
how
drops
much
on
they
the
release
11th,
content.
Yeah.
So it's a new mode that was teased at and already mined up by data miners, that it's like an endless night mode where you don't get to pick which Night Lord you're fighting, and the game gets progressively harder every night that you last, and it
Right.
sounds flipping
They're like,
amazing.
try to last
called
past
sicko
the
mode.
third night, and like, oh my god, it sounds like the fourth and fifth, it says, are like essentially like an endless sort of onslaught.
Yeah.
Sounds sick.
I can't believe that they planned this much content in such a well staggered form. Like, it's literal genius.
My question, because I've heard, and I don't like to comment too much on rumors when we do these, but like, I have heard that they also through this data mining have found that there's going to be new classes. Obviously, they've said that there's going to be new classes added. Do you think they're going to drop like secretly in that update for this? Like, because they love doing that. They love dropping shit secretly.
Every single update they've made, they haven't said a word, but they have put out new items and
Yeah.
new spells and new things from the series, and they don't say a damn thing. It's just like, either I've played 300 hours and hundreds of runs of this game and never seen that particular common,
Yeah.
spell or weapon or whatever else. It's not like the grafted, one of those or something.
Yeah.
Or they just added it. Like, we had the dog Gladius this past week, which was pretty freaking hard, but was able to figure him out eventually. So I managed to kill every single Everdark they've thrown at us in the initial week, and now they're coming back around. But now they're sneak dropping content, and I'll just.
Raph, go ahead and get it out now. I know you got Night Rain shit to say.
All I gotta say is that I finally have completed every single Remembrance. So I have every Remembrance outfit. The only thing left for me to do is to beat the night aspect with Wilder with the special relic to get like the true, his true ending, which I bet you will make me cry because knowing that whole story about like the Duchess and him and that line, it's like, and two horses gallop onward, like what was it like knowing that only one will go forward or whatnot. But oh my God, that's so fucking sad.
Yeah, man.
I fucking
And
love
that's
it.
been Night Rain Corner here on the Game Changer Podcast.
Yeah.
Raph, what else have you got for us?
Okay, so I played a little game last week that I've played with a few friends. I played it on stream and I played it with Mac the other day. It's called Whisper Mountain Outbreak.
Yes.
This game is developed and published by Toge Productions. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's spelled Toge.
Yeah,
and it came out
Toge.
on Toge, right?
Toge.
And it came out on August 11th of this year. Not too long ago. This game's really cool, dude. This was like essentially like Resident Evil Outbreak if it was like an extraction shooter kind of deal.
And a
but
twin
it's-
stick shooter kind of at that.
Yeah, kind of twin stick shooter
At
mechanics.
an isometric angle and everything.
Right. Yeah, it's at an isometric angle, sort of like pixelated, almost like chibi characters. And it is surprisingly scary at times, surprisingly tense. Each mission is roughly about the same. You drop into like a site and you have to go grab the MacGuffin and then get out. When you grab the MacGuffin, it initiates like an endless horde that comes. You have to get to the car, start the car, and then like get in it and escape. You have to wait about 10 seconds for it to start up and all that stuff. And as you play, each of the levels get bigger and bigger, or there's like a time limit. So like I played with Mac and we did, what was it? It was like a police station and then like a residential area or some shit like that. If we had kept playing, we would have gotten to the hospital, which is a huge map. I haven't been able to complete it, actually. It's so big. But it's cool. There's a lot of like very Resident Evil stuff in it. Like you find green herbs and you can combine the green herbs to make a triple green herb, or you find various items. You have a limited inventory. It's like a multiplayer survival horror game, limited inventory. You find key cards, you find gems to place in random shit to like solve
where you're like,
puzzles.
fuck, someone's got to carry the gem.
Yeah, right.
You're like, oh fuck, I got grenades. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And you find various guns with different ammo.
The walkie-talkie.
Oh, the walkie-talkie thing was really cool
This
too.
game
yeah.
uses like
It has-
proximity chat.
Right. It's got proximity
In-game.
chat in game, and it also has a walkie-talkie that you can carry. Basically, all you have to do is have the walkie-talkie in your inventory, and if you get a certain distance away, it just automatically starts working. And it's cool, like to be like in separate rooms and hear you guys like talking in the radio, like
And it
at
puts
each
a little
other.
EQ over your voice and makes it sound like you're on a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Very, very fun little game, man. I had a really good time with it. Like I said, dude, go watch that stream. I might stream it again tomorrow, last week as of this, the release of this. But yeah, it's a banger, man. Whisper Mountain Outbreak. It does need some quality of life shit. There's a few little things that really, like, there's no save system right now. It's so brand new. It doesn't have a save system. So, you can do a 2-hour run and then like when you leave, like that's it. You got to start that
I think
over.
it needs some more objectives too. I think grabbing
so,
the
too.
MacGuffin and getting out is okay.
Yes.
They spice it up by rogueliking the spawns, I believe,
Right.
of weapons and shit.
Yes.
And you can at your home base you can craft shit like heal
Yeah.
items for yourself to go into missions with.
And you can
also
level
have a
yourself and all that
chest
stuff, yeah.
like in Resident Evil that you can store shit in. So if you do a particularly good run and grab a machine gun, you can put it in the chest so that if you die later, which causes you to wipe and lose all of the equipment that you had on you, you'll at least have that submachine gun from earlier inside of your your chest or
Right,
whatever.
exactly. Yeah. I really think they just need to have more like mission variety, add more maps.
Yeah, they should do one where it's like go here and kill a tyrant.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what
Yeah.
I mean? And
We
then
ran
and
into-
then get out even.
There's
I don't
some
know.
bosses in this game. If you watch the stream, I played with my buddy Danny, and he had like the funniest moment I've ever seen. Just we ran into like all of a sudden the door opens and this big thing comes out and he just screams out, "Oh my god, it's the fucking Zipper Man!" And it's just a dude with like a zipper going down his body. It's fucked up, man. Really good shit. It's a really good game.
It is good shit.
I guess other stuff that I got right now. So in my Dark Souls playthrough, I am now at Sen's Fortress. So I'm wanting to smash my head against the wall because that's like one of the most annoying parts of the game. And then Helldivers 2. They finally released on Xbox, and they released a brand new Super War Bond, which is more expensive than the regular War Bond, but it's all the Halo, or a bunch of the Halo weapons. There's like 4 new Halo weapons added to the game. You have the Halo ODST armor. It's pretty damn cool. I haven't bought the new War Bond yet, but I'm pretty excited to play it once I finally do. But yeah, that's what I got.
Flood of noobs in Helldivers 2.
Oh yeah, lots of new players.
Well, hey, that is our show then. You've reached the end of another episode of the Game Treasure Podcast. Do us a huge favor, listener or watcher. Like and subscribe and tell a friend, why don't you? And keep in mind, if you are just listening to this, you should still go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there because we stream on that platform. I'm about to in about 30 minutes. You can reach us via email at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com with any games you'd like us to play or any questions you might have for us, you want us to read on air, etc. Head on over to our merch store, which you can find at our linktree /thegtp, where you can get yourself a King of Video Games hot mug. Have you ever wanted to not be yourself? It says. And much more. You can also find our Patreon there, Patreon /thegtp, where we have our UFO 50 deep dive episode. So if you love UFO 50 or you love us, there's like 8 hours of content that's hidden from normies that you should go see. Linktree /thegtp. We want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. You can find their music on Apple Music, Spotify, anyway you can find music on the internet, I dare say. And last but not least, we need to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. RetroGameTreasure.com is a subscription service that takes the hassle out of collecting retro video games. Instead, you become a subscriber, and then you tell him what video game consoles you have and what genres of video games you like to collect. And then at the end of the month, he sends you a personally curated box of games to add to your collection. And don't worry, he keeps track of the games that you have in your collection. You tell him up front, and then that way you never get sent a repeat game. And if you want to start collecting for a new console, they make it super duper easy because they sell the consoles. That's right, you can go to their console shop page, order a new console from them, and then go over to your personal preferences, tell them you got that console, and then those games start coming in your box every single month. So start collecting games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Buck, hit me with this week's list of new subscribers, please.
This week we welcome Bradley Kelly, Marcus McCurdy, Matthew Krause, Benjamin Trotter, Eric Davies, Zachary Epperhart, Victor Madura, Josh Cooper, Joseph Graziani, and Tyler S.
Thank you so much. It really helps. And we sincerely thank you. But until next week, my name is Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad. Everyone is Snake.
It's so bad. Metal Gear.